Hi kids, it's me again, Mr. Tony, and it's time for another video art lesson, or rather, Lección de Arte. I wrote art in Spanish again. Last week I did it because we were doing things about the Dominican Republic, art of the Dominican Republic. And this week we are going to be doing art, or rather arte, of the country of Spain. And that's actually where the Spanish language comes from Spain. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing all week, art of Spain. And you're going to be doing music of Spain with Miss Cynthia and other things about Spain with your teachers. Okay, so it's going to be Spain all week. And what have I added here? Well, I've added a little fan, and there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to get to that just yet. First, I'm going to show you where Spain is. Last week, I made a map with the Dominican Republic, and so this week, I've made a map with Spain, okay? A little bit of geography before we begin our art. Okay, so here we are, New Jersey, our little state, and this is all the United States, and I've actually added some art here. Okay, so there is a little art involved in making this map. I've made kind of a flag, an American flag on the country of the United States, our country, and then down here, if you recall, is where the Dominican Republic, DR, the Dominican Republic country is down here in the Caribbean Sea, and I put its colors, its flag colors, red, white, and blue on it. Okay, but this week we're doing Spain, and where is Spain? Well, you got to go across this ocean, and this is the Atlantic Ocean, right? Some of you may have gone to the Jersey Shore, and this is the ocean you would be swimming in, but if you were to go straight out across the ocean and keep going all the way, you'd hit the country of Spain. Okay, and inside that there, I put the flag colors of Spain, yellow and red. Okay, so that's where Spain is. And that's where the Spanish-speaking language comes from. The Spaniards came over hundreds of years ago, and they went down here, and they went down to Mexico and down to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and South America. And up here came the English, which came from over here. Okay, but I don't want to do a lot of history. I just wanted to show you where Spain is. It's across the ocean. There it is, Spain. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing this week. And when I began thinking about it, I wanted to see, without looking it up, what kind of things came to my mind about Spain, Spanish things. And I thought of a few different Spanish artists. That's easy for me because I know a lot about art. But what are some of the other things that everyone would know about Spain? Well, one thing is bullfighting, but I don't want to do bullfighting. Okay, so what else is it about Spain that everyone would recognize when they heard it or saw it and say, ah, I know that? Well, it's a type of music. It's called flamenco, and there's a dance that goes along with it called the flamenco dance. And flamenco dancers, the ladies, both men and women will dance. Sometimes it's just ladies. But when the ladies dance, they often hold a fan. Something's fallen off my desk. A fan, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making a fan, a traditional flamenco fan. But first, let me show you some flamenco dancing so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. It's a type of music, as I was saying, and it's often done on the guitar. I'm doing a little music now. I'm getting into Miss Cynthia's territory, but she may very well be doing flamenco with you. And they play this kind of guitar. It's a classical guitar, and they strum it often very quickly, quicker than I can strum it, and it'll sound something like this. That's a little out of tune. Okay, music is not my thing. Art is my thing. I kind of know how to play guitar. But I just wanted you to get the idea that it's often played on the guitar, the music, and then dancers will dance to the music and they stomp around, and the ladies often will have fans that they move around. Okay, so I found a little video to demonstrate and show you what that's all about. Okay, I gotta set it up. I only have it on my little iPod here, which is not the best way to view it. Okay, now it's not doing what I want it to do. Hold on. Why is it not expanding? Okay, hold on a second. I'll see if I can edit out this little struggle I'm having here. I think I figured out a way to do that, but if I don't, just give me a moment, because what I did before is not working. There it goes. Okay. Here we go. Let me get the camera light out of the way. Got all that reflection. There it is. Okay, she's got a fan there. She's dancing around. She's not doing a lot of stomping, but they often do a lot of very loud, fast stomping. Let's see if she stomps a little bit. And you'll notice the colors, all red and black. That's a traditional color. There they go, they're stomping. They become part of the rhythm section. Okay, and there she's moving her fan around. She's fanning herself, but it becomes a part of the choreography. And choreography is the way the dance is arranged. I think it's being sung in Spanish. I don't hear the guitar so much. I hear other stuff. But traditionally, the acoustic or folk guitar, not folk, classical guitar is what's used. Okay, so that's flamenco dancing. You saw the fans. So we are going to make a traditional flamenco fan. Okay, I've made one already. Kind of a simple paper one. And you'll notice I have the colors black and red. And in here I made a nice little design of roses. Okay, flowers. Often there'll be flowers on the fans or something that goes nicely with the lady dancers. Okay, but this is what we're going to try to do. That's my sample. Okay, and you'll notice it's folded in what you would call an accordion fold. Okay, and if I open it up, you'll see the basic artwork that's on the fan. I've got a band of black up top and then a thicker band down bottom. Then I've got these red roses. They're fairly simple, but I think it looks enough like red roses. And then I added some leafy parts, but I made them really dark, almost black, by adding red and green together, because I didn't want to take away from the look of the red and black. Okay, so that's what I did, and let me show you how I did it. Where's my board? Okay, there it is. It's right where I looked for it. I looked right over it. There's my board. I got black. Okay, and at the top, I'm going to make it the same. Here, I'm going to make it exactly the same. There's a reason I want to do that. The band's going to be that thick on the top. Sorry. Ugh, everything's moving around on me. Hold on. Okay, I made a little mark there. It's that thick on the bottom. Okay. Now this is not going to be very interesting watching me color. But as I was saying, I might be able to edit these things a little bit so I can jump ahead. But I will say a couple of things while I'm coloring here. Okay? When you're working with markers, I'll notice sometimes you guys will color in really fast like that. Don't rush it. If you go nice and slow, the marker ink comes out better. Okay? Comes out smoother. If you go real fast, the ink doesn't have time to come out, so you get this kind of fuzzy, dry look. All right? And if you put the marker on its side, you'll notice it's a cone tip. So if you put it right on its side, you can get a nice fat line. Yeah, this video might be a little longer because it's going to take me a little time to do this stuff. That's okay. And if I don't figure out how to edit it and you see me doing something slow like this, yeah, just skip ahead. But generally speaking, nothing I do will take too long. Okay, so there's that top band. I'll have to do that later where the tape is because I want to keep the tape on so I can do the bottom band. Now, this is going to take a little time. Maybe I won't go all the way down to the bottom. The reason that bottom band is thicker is because that is where the handle is. Okay, let me show you. You gotta fold it up again. You see the thicker band on the bottom? That's where the handle is. Okay, and the top spreads open like that. I know sometimes it looks like I'm going quick when I do things, and I'm doing that just to keep the lesson moving along because I don't want you to spend hours watching me with any particular lesson, but that doesn't mean you have to rush your work. Take your time and do it the way you like it. Now, you don't have to do this kind of a design if you don't want. But if you really want to make it look traditionally Spanish, you could do a design like this with black bands, and then you could do something with the red in the center. You could fill the whole thing in red, or maybe make red dots or red stripes or some sort of red design. Or you can make red flowers, red roses, which is what I'm going to do in a moment. My marker's drying out. Okay, but you get the idea, right? Okay, there it is, black band. Okay, now I'm going to do the red roses. Okay, and there's a lot of detail to flowers. There's petals and there's highlights, which are where the flower's lights, and there's dark parts where there's shadow. But I'm going to keep them kind of simple. And roses are just a bunch of petals kind of wrapped around one another. And here's how I do a rose. Simple rose like this. So I'll start with a little kind of a C shape there, and then I'll wrap another petal on it like that. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll wrap another shape, and this one, it's like a crescent, right? That wraps around it. Then another one over there. And the petals get bigger as they go out from the center. that, and like that. Maybe another one there, and there. That's not bad. Okay, so that's your basic rose, and I'll do another one up here, maybe a little bigger. I'll do them small and big to make it a little more interesting. But I'm going to arrange it in kind of a line going across. Okay. Oops, I started with the bigger petal first. Okay, the center petals are a little smaller. That's where they're wrapped tight. And then they kind of wrap around little by little, getting bigger, spreading out. I'm going to make this one bigger. Like that. There. And maybe a small one over here. Maybe this one is kind of from the side and it's still kind of tucked together like that. And maybe I'll make another one down here. Okay, I'm just making these funny kind of odd little crescent shapes. Sometimes the rose petals will have these little points on the petals like that. They kind of fold up and they'll have a little point there. I'll do another one up here. I'll make this one really big. Now, if this were a painting, I could add, again, all sorts of shadows and highlights. But I'm keeping this pretty simple. It's just white, a white background, and the red rose. Like that. So it's kind of a rose design. Almost a symbol of a rose, right? Rather than a very realistic rose. A symbol is a very simplified version of something. It's like an icon. When you look at your computers, you may look at little icons and they may have a little picture like little faces. You know, what's those little faces? Those emojis, those are little symbols of faces, and they're just round things with two dots for an eye, for eyes, and a simple line for a mouth. Same idea. I'm simplifying the rose here. Also, if I got real detailed about it, it would take me a long time. And I don't want to spend too long. This lesson is going to be a little longer today because I wanted to talk about Spain first, where it is. So this one's a little bit longer. And there's the center of the flower, another flower there. Let me look at my original. There it is. It's kind of like what we got here. I'm going to add those leaves, the leafy parts, the leaves, I guess I should say. Another little rose down here. And like I was saying before, you could do whatever kind of design if you want. If you want to use the colors, the traditional flamenco, Spanish flamenco colors, I would stick with black and red, okay? If you have a red piece of construction paper, you can just make a red fan. And I'm going to show you in a moment how we do the fan. That's probably the hardest part. This can be a little tough too. But like I was saying, you could just do stripes or dots. Keep it simple. Okay. Maybe a little one going off the side over here. And one over here. Is that pretty good? I think I need one up there. I want to balance it out. That's another thing you do when you're making art. You got to have everything kind of balanced. You need another little one up there, maybe a little one down here too. That's pretty good. It's like a line of roses. Okay, now the leafy part, real quick. I don't want to spend too much time with that. Again, all right, where's my green marker? Sorry, folks, I don't see my green marker. Oh, shoot. I'll be right back. Oh, wait, no, I got some markers down here. Where's the green? I thought I had everything. There's a green marker. I do that in class a lot too, right? I misplace things. There's green. Okay, so I'm going to start some green leaves, just a few. And they're kind of these pointy football shapes. Ooh, this marker's getting very dry. I just have a few leaves sticking out here and there. I don't know if you can say leaves. The plural of leaves, of a leaf, if you're talking about more than one leaf, is leaves, right? With a V. Or is it leaves? Leaves. I think it's with the V. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Some leafy business down here in green. But I wanted to make it really dark. I didn't want it to take away from the red and black look. So the way I made it dark was I added a little bit of brown to the green. Now this green wasn't working too good because it's kind of dry. I have to really rub it on there. And a little bit of brown. Hey, that makes it almost black. Now if I had paint, I could mix up a really dark green and it would still be green. So this is a little darker than I want, but I just wanted you to get the idea how I'd make a dark green. It's almost a dark green. You know what, maybe I'll add a little more green to it. See if that'll make it more green. Yeah, it just makes it darker. Anyway, like I was saying, what I want there is a real dark green. This is a little bit darker than I want it, but that's okay. You got the idea. I don't want the green to take away from the red, okay, and the black, because I want to keep it kind of red and black. Okay, now comes the tough part. First, I got to finish up the black band. Okay, the folding. Oh, let's see, which way should I fold first? I'll turn my paper over like this on the back, and I'm going to fold it just on the end. Okay, this is a little tricky for me to do, to hold it up in the air and fold, but I'll do my best. Okay, and I want to fold about the thickness of my thumb, right? Maybe a little thinner than that. I got to turn it and make sure I got it right. It's a little crooked, so I got to fix it up. Then I'll show you. Okay, so about that thick, and that's the basic fold there, right? And then you're just going to keep folding back and forth. And this is a neat little thing to learn how to do, because you can do this type of fold, an accordion fold like this, for all sorts of things. Okay, so that was the first fold. I'm gonna flip it over. I'll do the second fold. I'm gonna fold back the other way. And I'm gonna fold it just as much as I did the first one. Okay, you see? If I go too far, it's gonna be too thick. If I don't go far enough, it's gonna be too thin. I'm gonna match that first fold. Okay, and then I'm gonna flip it again and just keep doing the same thing back and forth. I'll try to hold it up so you can see it. Now, again, I'm gonna go a little quickly just so it doesn't take a whole lot of time, because this lesson's gonna go on a little longer than normal. Okay. And I'm gonna have to go a little quickly so it doesn't go on way too long. There it is, that's another fold. And I can see already my fold is going on an angle. Okay, I gotta fix it. I'll fix it down here and then I'll show you up there. It's a little hard for me to work like this, I said, how you were saying. Right, okay, there it is. Ooh, I did something wrong, I gotta fix it. Boys and girls, I have to make a correction here. One of my folds is off. What's wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, well, I'll live with it. Okay. As hard as it is for me to do it in mid-air like this, it's going to be pretty tough for you if this is the first time you're doing this, okay? So you may have to have someone help you with it. It can get a little tricky and a little complicated because I'm flipping it over. Okay, I just did that fold. I'm going to flip it again. And keep folding back and forth. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too hard. You just have to get the hang of it, like anything else. And this is not really art, what I'm doing here. This is craft. Okay? Arts and crafts. This is the craft part. The roses I drew is the artistic part. Okay, I'll keep going again. Flip it over again. It's not too bad. Getting there. Okay. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. And you see I have enough left over here for one more fold. Let me move over. Getting out of the picture frame there. Right here, enough for one more fold, so I'll flip it. Again. Wait a second, that last fold needs a little fixing. Now, if I were doing this on my own, I would be working on a flat table and I'd be real careful about my folds. But I just want you to get the idea so you can be careful about your folds, because mine are a little off here. Okay, but I think it worked well enough. Let's open it up and see. There, see? Accordion fold. Down here is where the handle is. I open it up a bit. You gotta spread it open. Now, an actual flamenco dancer with their fan would have a type of fan that they could slap close and slap open, and I think that's part of the dance also, opening and closing. This is our own handmade fan, so you won't be able to slap it closed, but It looks pretty good, and you can air yourself out with it. It's pretty hot today. It's been hot all summer so far. And look what I've got. I've got 2 fans, and I can actually put them together to make one big fan. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. Okay, almost done. I think this is gonna be the longest video lesson I've done so far. Okay, there's glue on that flap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, this side, I'm going to kind of put them together. It's going to be hard to show you again. You can kind of see, not that you'll be doing this, maybe you'll be doing this. If you want to make a bigger fan, this is what you do. Pinching those 2 pieces together, the 2 ends. There, so it's one long one. See where it's glued together? And my marker's a little off. I really tried to make it the same. It's a little off, so I'm going to fix that down here. That's why I was trying to keep the bands exactly the same, and still, I didn't quite do it right. It's close, but not quite. There. Now it matches a little better, so it's hard to tell where they're connected. All right? Now it's going to be one big fan. Close it up. And imagine some flamenco music in the background. Maybe next time I'll have some flamenco music on in the background to give it that real Spanish flavor. Okay, so that's it for today. Flamenco, a flamenco fan from the country of Spain. And we're going to be doing Spain all week. You're going to be doing Spain with Miss Cynthia. I don't think Mr. John's going to be doing Spanish exercises, although maybe he can think of something that goes with Jim. And you'll be doing, of course, Spain with your teachers. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. And we will continue with our Spanish theme next time. Okay, that's it for today. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.